Nonetheless, we're going to march on to game 2. See a similar setup, both players on the same decks and same starting side. This time, though, Kieran might have a better opener with Azurite Lion.
Yeah, I wonder if Kieran is going to adjust the game plan a little bit and not go, aim something quite so late. It was almost unfortunate last game that Kieran drew the 2 light benders so early because, maybe that just clogged up their hand and they weren't really ready to draw those cards. So this time I think we're going to see Kieran try and be a bit more mid-rangey.
Yeah, maybe they sort of baited themselves into a bit of a slower game plan that just didn't pan out. And they never actually ended up casting either of those light benders.
Yeah, I mean, they're for the Novas, right? But they didn't have to play Novas. So.
They could have cast one on the 2 creep that what are they called? The little Grimblies.
Yeah, the Abyssal Crawler.
Yeah, that's the one that the Abyssal Crawlers created. It wouldn't have been terrible, but they were under so much pressure that they didn't really have time to do it.
Mm-hmm. And this is always an interesting decision of, do you want to get the extra damage or do you want to get the heal off? And I think for the Nova deck, it makes a lot of sense to want to keep stuff on board because if you get to the late game, then you're sort of inherently favored just because you can start casting Shadow Novas. So this Min1k is kind of making sure that they don't get run over. And the positioning is also really nice. They're aware that they could get MO'd, and they are playing around it really well.
It's still going to be clear all the minions nonetheless. That's a pretty nice move there. The maneuverability of Azurite Lion doing its thing. And yeah, I think in general, on that topic you were saying, I would in general like to have a more healthy minions. But obviously there are some decks where that's not quite as true. No minions.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I think that so like you say, in general, you want to attack and then heal, but it does. There's an argument to doing it the other way. Like if you have a particularly aggressive hand, it can make sense to do it the other way. Because Min1k did it the way that they did, that might be a hint that their hand was sort of loaded with Shadow Novas already, and they're seeing that if they get to the late game, then they're gonna be okay. And then I think this, basically skipping their turn is sort of confirmation of that. So Kieran has to start worrying a lot that there are 2 Shadow Novas and a Revenant in Min1k's hand or something.
Yeah. I'm surprised at the way Kieran did this. I probably would try and pin them against the wall, but I'm not sure if that's better. And this leaves you open to Dancing Blades. You could have played you could have moved the Azurite Lion up twice and then had Arjun beneath Maeve and the final Azurite Lion behind her. I feel like that's a better position.
Yeah, it's tricky, right? So yeah, there are definitely merits to that because if you feel like you have to be the aggressor in the situation, then it's important to put the pressure on it, and playing out Dancing Blades is really important because it just sort of completely stops all of your momentum. But the flip side is that you don't want your Shield Oracle to get hit for free, and you don't want it to get Night Sorrowed. So there are only a handful of positions that they'll let that happen. So it's kind of like balancing these 2 things, and it's difficult to know which one's best.
Kieran replacing their Pulse Beast there, they could have been considering playing it even.
Yeah.
But, it would sort of be tempo positive. Maybe they just don't think they could win the game before the Dancing Blades gets back in position.
I think by the time the Dancing Blades gets back in position, then more dangerous stuff is going to be around anyway. So
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I'm also a little surprised that the turn wasn't Repulsor Beast Solar Guard Knight. But maybe Kieran is spooked from last game and doesn't want to get burst down.
Yeah, I suppose that's true enough. Like last game, they died with the Circle of Life in hand, which feels pretty sad.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes, you know, just have a good time to get off a card like that.
Yeah, and it can be tricky because Kieran isn't running any other healing. There's no Rejuvenator, no Healing Mystic, so at some point you got to get the Circle of Life off.
Yeah. Anyway, it was pretty interesting to see the Shield Oracle take the hit for the Celerity line, even though it was at 1 HP, choosing to let the Shield Oracle take the 4 counterattack damage.
Yeah, I mean, this can be having a Shield Oracle at 1 HP is really nice, actually, because no matter how much damage you do to it, it's going to absorb all of it. So, you know, it's tricky. It's a difficult card. I'm not sure what I'd do.
But I'm happy it's getting played here. It's like creating these interesting situations.
It's a really tricky card. Here, Kieran feeling like they have to push some face damage there because now we're at 7 mana and the Novas and Revenants are coming. So
there's the first of them. Comes a big Revenant.
Yep. The mana lines up here nicely where you can Circle of Life it and then play Solar Guard.
I guess that's how we're going to see. It's a bit too dangerous to try and do anything else. Problem with playing a Silver Guard is that if you play it in Zeal range, you're just asking to get Novad because there's already one creep tile on board.
Yeah, maybe we'll see the Lightbender plan.
I suppose at least the good thing about this is that it means Min1k wasn't able to move forward and Kieran can run away if they want, but they're in a tough position.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see Min1k put the Crawler on the creep here, thinking that just if it can connect for 2 face damage, that's worth a lot. And that suggests that maybe they have a second Revenant in hand, because then Revenant Void Pulse is going to be lethal with the Abyssal Crawler connecting.
Yeah, in this case, like they weren't able to like move and position it somewhere next to Argian, but also off their creep. So they're just saying, well, hey, two damage at this point is worth more than 1 creep on the board. We're already doing all right for creep. If I can cast the next one and hit you with this 2 damage, then you'll die.
And here, the Shield Oracle is going to be really nice because even though the next Nova is going to be 9 damage, it's not going to kill through the Shield Oracle. You just have to deal with the Shield Oracle before anything else.
So that's going to let Kieran stand his ground here. Still, it could get whipped away, but the Shadow Nova isn't 9 damage anymore. Night Sorrow.
Yeah, but the Night Sorrow is nice, or the Shield Oracle is nice if your opponent has to Night Sorrow it, because then they're only left with 6 mana, so they can't play one of the really scary cards.
This is still a really scary turn, though.
Yeah, Kieran's definitely gonna have to come up with. Is gonna have a hard time getting out of this one, really.
They can do a Cinder and a Tempest, then clear the board, but they'll be low enough to die. I don't think there's another good alternative line of play, though.
I agree. I think you just have to hope that Min1k doesn't have it here. The flip side is that if Sinja lives, then you probably win, right? You can probably Divine Bond and, you know, do a bunch of damage and get lethal.
They're going to Tempest first.
Maybe they're thinking that Revenant clearing the Sinja is kind of letting Min1k off easy.
Oh yeah, no, I guess this makes sense. Yeah, no, this is fine. But looks like they had it in this game.
Oh. Well played to both players.
I just feel like Kieran lost pressure with a couple of lines of play, took around the 5 and 6 mana mark, and that gave Min1k an opportunity to get back in the game, an opportunity they capitalized very hard on, so well played.